Okay, so those drums are really moving. I think this sounds great.
Man, it's kind of funny where life takes you. I used to hate playing the piano. I used to not want to practice ever. I started playing when I was 3 and I quit when I was in like 6th grade. But then I got older and I kind of had this itch to make music and I had this itch to like produce. And I kind of needed that skill of being able to play the piano a little bit. And I wasn't great at it. I was actually horrible.
But it's just kind of crazy how like I really didn't give a damn about making music or piano. I never wanted anything to do with it, so much so that I quit. And then things kind of came full circle and now this is my job and this is what I do. So super crazy, but interesting little fact about my life.
All right, let's go back down to the studio. Not looking too bad today. Pretty clean. I'm not sad, but like I want to make something super sad. That's what we're gonna make today. We're gonna make some sad, probably like emo trap stuff. So let's go.
I don't wanna die in LA. Yeah, sell all my soul away. Pretty girls in the fast cars, they make me wanna stay, but I don't wanna.
That's pretty fire. I just kind of freestyled that, but it works. All right, even though we're making something sad, still a lot of energy. Let's go. I need comments down below. I need people excited. That way we help the YouTube algorithm and you help me out as well. All right, so I really like that guitar kind of sounding like it's coming through, I don't know, like a radio really. So I put a lot of EQ on it and put some other effects like compression on it to really make it sound kind of squished. Now I'm gonna show you guys kind of how I do vocal samples.
I don't wanna die in LA.
All right, I'm sure some of you were like, whoa, how did he get those effects on his vocals? First up, Metatune by Slate Digital. You can use any tuning plugin, but I like Metatune. A little Alter Boy by Sound Toys. That's how I get my voice deeper using the formant shift. We have some EQ. This will basically make my voice sound like it's coming out of a radio, cutting out the really highs and the really low parts. This is just the glue compressor. You can use any compressor. And this is the Virtual Mix Rack by Slate Digital. I just use it for more compression and more EQ. And then lastly, Valhalla Vintage Verb to give it kind of like that spacey reverb feel. I don't put a lot of reverb on this intro part, but I do later for the verse, which you guys will see.
I don't wanna die in LA. Sell all my soul away. Sell all my soul away. Pretty girls in the fast cars, they make me wanna stay. Pretty girls in the fast cars, they make me wanna stay. But I just can't do it, cause. But I just can't do it, cause. I don't wanna die in LA.
All right, so I think that makes the hook finished. So like I said before, we want this first part to be really like thin almost. So that's why this vocal is kind of like drowned in EQ really.
I don't wanna die in LA. Sell all my soul away.
And then when we get to the verse, it'll kind of open up.
I don't wanna die in LA.
And we'll also take this vocal, and this will be the pitched up vocal as well.
I don't wanna die in LA.
I don't wanna die in LA. Sell all my soul away. Pretty girls in the fast cars, they make me wanna stay. But I just can't do it, cause
I don't wanna die in LA.
All I did to make that a higher pitch was I took Little Alter Boy, pitched it up 12, and put the format at 4. So now we have this nice kind of like female sounding vocal.
I don't wanna die in LA.
All right, it just took me like 20 minutes to find a good vinyl sound, but now we have our vocal really like thin. We have our guitar, which is thin, and then we have this vinyl sound. So this really sounds kind of old and worn down at first. And now we'll put some drums over this. So let's get some drums in there.
I don't
I think my MIDI controller is kind of lagging a little bit. So there's a little bit of latency. So I didn't play that kick great. I think this does sound really good. So let's listen to it kind of before this drop here.
But I just can't do it 'cause I don't wanna die in LA.
I don't wanna die in LA. Sell all my soul away. Pretty
Okay, so those drums are really moving. I think this sounds great. Let's see what the second half sounds like.
pretty girls in the fast cars, and they make me wanna stay. But I just can't do it 'cause I don't wanna die in LA.
We can add kind of like some vocal ad-libs. So let's take the dark part,
I don't wanna die in LA.
just this LA part right here.
LA.
I'm gonna put a little more reverb on it than it has in the intro. So it's kind of like super in the background. So now we just gotta time this up. I want it to be like an echo almost.
I don't wanna die in LA.
That's it right there. Okay, that's perfect.
I don't wanna die in LA. Sell all my soul away.
So I really only want this bass to hit when the kick hits. Not every time the kick hits, but I want them to kind of line up. And I also like my bass to hit with the kick and kind of like stop with the snare.
I don't wanna die in LA. Sell all my soul away.
So ideally we would have our hook and then we would have a rapper rap on this part.
Sold my soul away. She don't wanna run away.
Obviously can't rap, but that's kind of the idea. What I love about these beats with hooks is like, you can also just listen to them. Like obviously a rapper could rap on this part with like the drums, but they're kind of nice to just listen to. I actually made a whole YouTube channel called Beautiful Beats, Beats Only. And it's a bunch of beats like this with hooks, sad beats. If you want to go listen to those, I'll leave a link to that down in the description. And go subscribe if you want. So to also help set out this drop, we're going to have a quick riser into it. I don't want anything after the drop. That riser is a little harsh there, so I pitched it down a couple.
I don't wanna die in LA.
I don't wanna die in LA.
All right, let's listen to it from the beginning.
I don't wanna die in LA. Sell all my soul away. Pretty girls in the fast cars, they make me wanna stay. But I just can't do it 'cause I don't wanna die in LA.
Finito.